something. Yeah, talk stop.
Those are requested come forward, inshallah. Program is about to begin. MashaAllah, a lot of new faces, a lot of familiar faces. Alhamdulillah, Shaykh is here as well. Come forward, inshallah, brothers. Come forward, brothers, inshallah. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, we have a lot of new faces, MashaAllah, and this is one of the benefits when these programs take place. That is an opportunity for every single one of us to come forward, inshallah. So come forward with us. The more we come closer, inshallah, towards the speaker, the more talab it shows. And with the more talab, the more desire we have to learn with him, inshallah. So come forward, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن تبعهم إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الشيطان لكم عدو صدق الله العظيم. Respected brothers and sisters, mothers and elders, no, I am not Shaykh Ebrahim Surti. It's not my second name or anything. I'm just the host, inshallah, for tonight. So before anybody gets any confusion, inshallah, you can settle on that. Alhamdulillah, Shaykh is here. We will shortly begin our talk, but just a little background on what our night would be like tonight, the plan for tonight. Inshallah, we start off with the recitation of the Holy Quran, as always, because that is the best of words. Nothing can be better than the kalam of Allah. And thereafter, our Shaykh will give us some of his nasiha until about 9:30, 9:25, inshallah. Then everybody will be making preparations for Salatul Isha. After Salatul Isha, at 9:45, food will be served. So everybody is requested to participate in that as well, because that is, isn't it, guys? Inshallah. Inshallah, with no further ado, inshallah, I'll call upon one of the students of Darul Blackburn who's studying under the HIS program over there. I'll call upon Muhammad Hussain Shaykh to render kirat.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وتركنا بعضهم يومئذ ونفخ في الصور فجمعناهم جمعا وعرضنا جهنم يومئذ للكافرين عرضا الذين كانت أعينهم في غطاء عن ذكري وكانوا لا يستطيعون سمعا أفحسب الذين كفروا أن يتخذوا عبادي من دوني أولياء إنا أعتدنا جهنم للكافرين نزلا قل هل ننبئكم بالأخسرين أعمالا الذين ضل سعيهم في الحياة الدنيا وهم يحسبون أنهم يحسنون صنعا أولئك الذين كفروا بآيات ربهم ولقائه فحبطت أعمالهم فلا نقيم لهم يوم القيامة وزنا ذلك جزاؤهم جهنم بما كفروا واتخذوا آياتي ورسلي هزوا إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا صدق الله العظيم جزاكم الله خيرا
MashaAllah, what an amazing recitation. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to beautify his voice even more and accept him for the khidmat of deen. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. You know, this is one of the movements, what we want to do in the Hayes Muslim Center is produce huffaz by sending them to the madaris. And mashallah, Muhammad Hussein took this step to go out to the madrasa, to leave his family, and being an Islam and ilm will only come to a person with sacrifice. And mashallah, just like he's done this, there are many other opportunities for other youngsters to go as well. So just like he's done it, inshallah, we try to take the opportunity with inshallah. Now inshallah, our main program will begin. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, our Shaykh is here, Shaykh Ebrahim Surti just did an introduction. Obviously you shouldn't be praising anyone in front of their face while they start throwing soil at you, inshallah. That's what's mentioned in the hadith. But in regards to our Shaykh, he is one of the Imams in Leighton, in East London, in Masjid Nur al-Islam. He's a graduate of Darul Al-Jamia Islamia Al-Arabiya in Bury near Manchester. He's an alim of deen and he's also one of the Imams of London, who are doing active work as well, mashallah. And this is why we've called him here today to advise us, inshallah, and give us some of his words of wisdom. So with no further ado, I'll call upon our Shaykh, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الشيطان لكم عدو مبين وقال الله تعالى يعلمون ظاهرا من الحياة الدنيا وهم عن الآخرة غافلون. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم مثل الذي يذكر ربه والذي لا يذكره مثل الحي والميت. رواه الإمام البخاري رحمه الله في صحيحه. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الأمي الكريم ونحن على ما قال ربنا وخالقنا ورازقنا من الشاهدين والشاكرين. الحمد لله رب العالمين إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Everyone recite Durood Sharif loudly. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد. Such a big crowd and such quiet Durood Sharif, very quiet. As mentioned in the hadith, Muslim said the real Kanjus, have you heard of Kanjus, Makki Chus? It's Jaish to smile, by the way. Yeah? Have you heard of Kanjus, Makki Chus? Yes? It's an Urdu term as far as I know. Stingy person. Kanjus, Makki Chus. Prophet said that Al-Bakhil, in our terminology, someone who doesn't spend on his family, he is considered what? You have to reply to this is the way I do behind my message. This is the only way we can communicate. This is the only way I can speak in front of you guys. When we have someone who is known as stingy, he's someone who doesn't spend on his family maybe. His mother, his father, his brother, his sister, children. Then you have another bakhil, Kanjus, Makki Chus, he doesn't spend on himself. That's how Kanjus he is. Have you heard of that one before? He doesn't even spend on himself. Messy, scruffy individual. Yes? Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam over here did not say bakhil, he said al-bakhil. Alif Lam is specific. Alif Lam means that person, the real Kanjus Makki, the real stingy person is he. When my name is mentioned, he does not send durood on the Prophet. He does not send durood on me. That's why I said everyone recite loudly. I think I've said this in my masjid too many times. That's why everyone needs to be loudly. Everyone recite Durood Sharif with your heart, with some love in Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama sallayta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Jazakallah. Thank you very much. My respected brothers, elders, friends, forgot to even give you salam. Worried about the food. I'd like to greet you all with the best of greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We send infinite durood, salutations upon the best of creation, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just to clarify before I continue, I have no shaykh. Yes? I've come here to advise myself. And honestly, I'm not being humble, I'm being serious. Yeah? It's not our humility. Come to advise myself. Scientifically proven, the sound waves that come out of someone's mouth reaches that individual's ears first before it reaches anyone else's. So I've come to advise myself, and then something we all will share. Something we all have in common, which is Islam, the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, first and foremost, we have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the tawfiq and hidayah, the permission, the ijazah to pray Salat al-Maghrib with Jama'ah. Say Alhamdulillah. Say Alhamdulillah. If it wasn't for the tawfiq of Allah, we won't be in the masjid right now. It was a tawfiq of Allah that Allah gave you the permission. Don't you ever think for a second, for any moment, that you came on your own accord. That you woke up today in the morning and you decided today, on Saturday, Friday 26th, you will come to the masjid for Salat al-Maghrib. It wasn't your own accord. Your name was written and my name was written on that spreadsheet in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your name was written, Ebrahim was written, Furqan was written, Ismail was written, Yahya was written, Ebrahim was written. These young children who are sitting here, their names were written. And this is something we have to teach our children. We have to embed this in our children. That everything is from Allah. The true and biggest form of Tawheed is to say everything is from Allah. When we worship Allah, that's what it means. We only worship Allah. There's no second there. We're not leaving the home for a few other reasons. What other reasons? Jagara ho gaya ghar mein, there's some jagara at home, some fire at the home. That's why we heard that funny saying, when you see a brother in the masjid a bit too early, garbar hai. There's something wrong at home, mate. That's why he's here in the masjid. Or number two, if you see someone who really doesn't come to the masjid, he's in the front stuff and you know he's married, believe me, he's got some problems at home. Instead of going to the cafe or somewhere where you can purchase some food, might as well go to the mosque. Might as well go to the masjid. Especially if there's food as well, like tonight. Might as well just sit in the mosque, listen to a few words, some panchat like they say in Gujarati. Sit there, listen to some gossip. Maybe entertain yourself with your friends. Have some food and go home. So this is the biggest tawfiq of Allah. Allah gave us the permission to come to the masjid. Like we mentioned in traps, I'm going to try my best to keep it the most informal that I can. And these are one of the traps of Shaytaan which we're going to mention. To think that we came to the masjid because we deserve to come to the masjid. Or maybe because we're Muslims. Because we're mu'min. Well, I see many non-Muslims going to the mosque. In fact, I know of non-Muslims who come to particular masjids more than even Muslims. For example, our caretaker, previously in our primary school, his name was Barry. He reverted to Islam, mashallah, he passed away. He was the caretaker in the primary school. He was a non-Muslim. And he would come to the masjid as well. He passed away. He reverted to Islam, alhamdulillah. And just a side story. This is the first time I led the janazah salah in the church. Something else that we have to think about within the community. Not just live in your bubbles. Live in your small bubble. Think everything's okay. My children are going to hifz class. MashaAllah. Don't get me wrong, that's great. I'm not undermining anything. I'm just making a point that don't ever think that our children, everything's just cushy, everything's fine. There's many things that are going on in the community, in society. So, because he was a Muslim, some of the sisters and the brothers, they went to his home to speak to the wife, to his wife. And they said, look, let us have the body. We give it a ghusl, give it a nice wash, and we return the body to you. And we clothe with kafan. She refused. This is where the issue comes that he did not have a will. Something else which is on the side, we should all have a will. Specifically those who are reverted new Muslims, they should definitely have a will. So, anyway, they took the body, they had to do what they had to do, and we were invited to the church. Chapel, you can say that. We went there, and they done their dancing and singing, whatever they had to do. And she gave us permission that once everyone has left, then you can conduct your prayers. So we went there, we found out where the Qibla was. It was such an awkward Qibla as well, such an awkward direction. We went behind the coffin and that's where we did the janazah. So anyway, the point is, we should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what I'm trying to say. That Allah brought us to the masjid, we prayed Salat al-Maghrib with Jama'ah, and thereafter Allah gave us tawfiq to sit in the masjid, listen to some words of advice from the beautiful deen related and said by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as kalamullah in the Quran and the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. I want to keep this short inshallah. I think we said 9:25. Honestly, I can speak for the whole night. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. For many reasons. Number one, you won't call me again. Number two, these youngsters are already talking, which I don't mind, don't worry, it's fine. Mashallah, they're here, that's fantastic. But then they'll get even more bored. They must start pulling their phones out and TikTok and mashallah, Snapchat, and Allah knows best what they're going to do. So I'll keep it short. After that, you can sit down and just relax until the Isha. Unless the food is ready, I think we'll just jump into that to be honest. What do you think? No? Food before namaz or after salah? What's the reason? So you can eat properly. Yeah? You ready to eat? I'm starving. Long journey, you drove about 1 hour 15 minutes. Anyway, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in a few places, quite a few places, explaining about this species of Shaytaan, Iblis. You all know the story of when Shaytaan Iblis was told by Allah to do sajda. You've heard the story? You've heard the story? Yes. Shaytaan, when we were kids, we used to think Shaytaan was an angel. And he converted to a Shaytaan. That's not the case. Shaytaan has always been a jinn. Shaytaan has always been a jinn. He's made out of fire. But he was so pious, he was so loyal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he would chill and relax and be in the company of the angels. He was the only jinn, not Shaytaan at that time. Iblis, his name was Iblis. Allah allowed him, this is how pious he was. This is how connected he was to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about that for a moment. Think about it. They say that there's not a handspan in the heaven where he did not do sajda. They say that some of the ulama of tafsir have written that he had done more sajdas than even some of the angels. That's how pious he was. Now, not being an angel, he's a jinn. Allah commanded him to do something. Simple command. Very simple command. You know what that command that was? To do what? He didn't ask for any money. He did not tell him to sacrifice his life. He did not say, look, you have to go out of Jannah. No. All you have to do is one thing. And what is that? Sajda. إِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ وَكَانَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ. Allah told him you have to do sajda. It's not a big deal. Yes? And this is not sajda for ibadah, this is for sajda for iqra, which was permissible in the previous ummah, or previous ummah. As mentioned in the hadith of Rasulullah, one narration, if it was permissible for someone to do sajda before a other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, person, who would that be? The husband. For the husband. This is right. Why for the husband? Some feminists don't like this. Oh, look at this. Prophet ﷺ is talking about doing sajda, why not the... They are very simple. Very bad nahi hai. It's just because the effort that the husband puts in. That's all it is. Men put effort, not that women don't, of course they do. Especially if they're single mothers. Allah protect them and Allah protect our sisters, mothers. But men do put a lot of effort. And at times that effort is not appreciated. It reminds me of this story. I'm going to keep a quick story, yes? And everyone's a bit light. Everyone's looking at me as if I'm like a alien or something. Yeah? Is this West London, by the way? Because I'm from the East. Is that what it is? Coming out territory. Listen, one of my teachers, youngster, listen to this very carefully. Listen, please. One of my teachers, his name is Shaykh Bilal Bawa. Great Shaykh. He's a teacher of teachers of teachers. Not only is a teacher, his students are teachers who also have students who have teachers. He mentioned this story once. Yeah? He mentioned this story about he went to some masjid. And this is going live, by the way, so please delete this video here. I'm getting in big trouble. Edit this video, don't put this up. It's just a joke, by the way, so if anyone has a problem, you have to go to Darul Berry and you have to speak to him. He was mentioning this story about, men, they forget a lot. They forget a lot. So the wife will tell the husband, listen, when you come back, make sure you pick up some potatoes on the way back. These youngsters don't know what that is, and when you get married, you're going to sell. The moment you just roast it. Bring some potatoes back, bring some chapati, atta, groceries, vegetables, fruits. When he comes home, the wife will say, where's the groceries? Oh, I forgot, I was in the masjid, took it to the lazar. You always forget. What's your issue? What's your problem? You always forget. So when Bilal was mentioning this bayan, and he said that it's as if Allah's created these ears in a particular way for the men. What is that? Allah's created these ears for the men in such a way that they listen through one ear and they take it out the other ear. So the women at home, they were listening, right? In whatever media platforms they were, they got really gassed. They were so happy that, yeah, man, they ran Shaykh Bilal and said, Shaykh Bilal, you're right. These men, they never listen. They always forget. So Shaykh Bilal in his mind is thinking, oh, is that right? Don't worry, I'm coming to your masjid next week, I'll teach you a lesson as well. That's the men. So next week, he came in and he just reiterated what happened last week. That previously I mentioned about the men. They always forget. It's as if Allah has made these ears stuck on our heads. They listen through one ear and they take out the other ear. But today I'm going to mention about the women. I'm going to mention about the women. Men Allah created, so they listen from one ear to get out of the other. Women are not like that. Women don't listen from one ear and take it out of the other. What do? Does anyone know? They listen through both ears and they take out the mouth. They listen from both ears and they take out the mouth. SubhanAllah. Anyways, we're talking about Shaytaan. Shaytaan was told by Allah, وَإِذْ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا, along with the angels, you have to do sajda towards Adam alayhi salam. That time the ruh was not in Adam alayhi salam. It was just a huge body, 60 feet, like they say. All Shaytaan had to do, alongside with the angels who already accepted this from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the command, just had to do sajda. What did he say? No way. Me? I'm not doing sajda to a human being. And why did he say that for? أَنَا خَيْرٌ مِّنْ خَلَقْتَنِي مِنْ نَارٍ وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِنْ طِينٍ. I can't do that. I'm superior than this. I'm superior than this body or whatever this is, this species. I'm made out of fire. He's made out of clay, made out of mud, made out of earth. Allah said, get out. You have nowhere, this is not your place anymore. Before you were part of Jannah, you're not part of Jannah anymore. And that's when Iblis, Shaytaan asked Allah, how will you go? And that's after Allah said, go doomed to Jahannam. Go in hellfire. Shaytaan said, look, give me respite. Let me stay until the end of time at least. Allah said, no problem, you can have that. Allah accepted that. And at the same time, he said, look, I'm going to Jahannam 100% because that's Allah's kalam. Allah has said that I'm going to Jahannam, I'm going to Jahannam. But I'm going to take with me, alongside with me, every single person that I can. And I will whisper in their ears. I will come from their right, I will come from their left, I will come from the front, I will come from the back. لَأَقْعُدَنَّ لَهُمْ صِرَاطَكَ الْمُسْتَقِيمَ. I will take them away from the straight path. And Shaytaan has been working ever since, thousands and thousands of years, to create this gang of his. Not the gang who supports him, who are going to Jahannam. If he's going to Jahannam, there's no way out of this, because this is Allah's kalam. This is the word of Allah, this is the promise of Allah. He can't go against that. But Shaytaan say, no problem, I will go to Jahannam, but I'm taking everyone with me. Shaytaan is going to come in different forms now. And Allah even said, and paraphrasing, we'll give you the knowledge. You know that they say, Mufti Sahib, Shaykh, Abdul Shaykh. Ustad, I teach. I have student of ilm. Shaytaan was given knowledge by Allah. And that's why ulama of tafsir, they write the biggest mufti, not in spirituality, I mean in terms of ilm, fiqh, even hadith, Quran. Do you know who the biggest mufti is in the world? Obviously not Rasulullah, the Sahaba, it's Shaytaan. He knows all the ins and outs, that's what I'm trying to say. All the ins and outs. You think you know how to tackle him. My teacher, Shaykh Ebrahim, Hafidhahullah, he said, with Shaytaan, because when we were leaving i'tikaf from Bolton, we used to be in Bolton meeting for Quran for the past 2 years. He said, right now, you're boosting, because we were with Shaykh Ebrahim for 10 days. We were in the midst, we were in the masjid. And bayanat, lectures, nasiha, tahajjud, doing 2 khatams at night time. Legs were just aching. You have a hafiz who's solid. He knows the Quran, he could have khatams. You 2 Qurans, 1 Quran, in tahajjud, salah. If you don't know, if you don't bakka, you don't have someone in the community who knows the Quran really well, then they can't do that either. So you, tahajjud, salah, qiyamul layl, alongside your tarawih salah, you were kicked off. Legs were hurting us, back was hurting us. So after we left, just before we were leaving, he said, look, you're leaving i'tikaf now, right now your iman is on a different level. 50,000, 60,000 feet. Shaytaan will attack you now. But with Shaytaan, you have to be diplomatic. You have to work with him with diplomacy. Don't try to fight the Shaytaan. Come on, Shaytaan, let's fight. It's not going to work. Because Shaytaan knows how to play with you. If this was not the case, Allah would not mention this in the Quran. Allah said, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Listen very carefully, please. Allah says in the Quran, إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Verily, Shaytaan is an open enemy for you. Do you know what that means? Allah is telling you, and then Allah said in another verse, فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. Please, brother, listen for a moment, just for a few moments. Food is coming, don't worry. Not only is he your enemy, Allah is saying, consider him as your enemy. In the Shaytan, verily Shaytan is your enemy, and not just your enemy, open enemy. You have 2 types of enemies. One is open, one you don't know. If you know someone who is your enemy and you know that he will kill you, you will abstain and you will stay away from this individual. Allah says, not only is he your enemy, he is your open enemy. فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. Consider him as your enemy. Don't say, no, I'm a strong man, I'm a shaykh, I do my iftar and I do my Quran, I'm hafiz al-Quran. Can't do that. فَاتَّخِذُوهُ عَدُوًّا. Allah says, consider him as your enemy. Take him as your enemy. If you know he's in a certain place, you run away from him. An enemy, you always run away from that person. Don't go and fight him. Especially if you know that he will dominate you and he will kill you. Allah is saying, consider him as your enemy. Run away from him. Run away from the Shaytan. And this is what we have to teach our children. This is what we're here for. Mainly for our children, for the youngsters. And there's many traps which you have maybe heard already in the khutbah. If you haven't, you can do your research. How does Shaytaan come to you? Many things. I want you to speak about one thing, but before we speak about that, we have shirk, for example. In the shirk, the dhulm al-azim. The greatest form of blasphemy for yourself and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what? Shirk billahi azza wa jalla. Rasulullah was asked by the Sahaba, أخبرنا عن الكبائر. Tell us about the major sins. Before tarkus salah, before tarkus zakah, before tarkus sawm, uquq al-walidayn, which is also great, and all of these are major sins. He mentioned al-ishraku billah, to shirk with Allah, associate partners with Allah, in any form. To say there's two Allah, fear Allah, to worship graves, put your head down towards graves, to bring milk, to bring meat products, roti, chawal, bread. If you think I'm joking, this happens back home in different countries. You bring some roti and you give it to the grave. What are you doing, bro? Relax, man. You're scaring me. You put the bread there, you put the roti there. Yeah, you have to ask from the grave, you have to ask from the person in the grave. Why do you ask Allah? Simply ask Allah. Allah Rabbul Izzah created this world. He was the creator of the person in the grave. He was the creator of the whole concept of the grave. Anyway, a shirk. Shirk is a big thing. Major shirk, minor shirk, any type of shirk is the major thing. And Shaytaan makes you do this. At times he makes you think it's a good thing. You don't want to go into that. Shirk is a big topic. Number two, what was the Shaytaan do? If he knows that this person, he won't do shirk. He's been taught in the masjid, don't do this. The Imam came and he spoke about this. What's number two? He'll make you do bid'ah. He'll make you do innovation. Different types of innovation. You know what the innovations are. Innovations in the community, traditions, specifically marriage, taking other communities within our nikah, our blessed nikah, our deen of Allah, our beautiful deen which Rasulullah taught us. And we take other communities, take their platforms, take their rituals. In the time of weddings, the boy and the girl, you get them together. You put some haldi in a bowl. What do you put? What do you put? Haldi. Have you heard of haldi? What's haldi in English?
Tumor.
Yeah. You put some milk inside there, you put some water, you make a paste and put it on the whole body thinking there's some ruhaniyat inside there. If you do it, by the way, you must think I'm crazy. I might put some on myself. I'm talking about a time when nikah is going on. Everyone's there, it's like a ritual. Mendi! What is boys mendi now? There's boys who are putting mendi on. And even if they're not putting the mendi on, they have gatherings, they have events which is known as the groom's mendi. When I talk about these people don't like it. When I talk about this family members don't like this. Oh, he's extreme, bro. He's extreme. Don't put him in. Don't put him part of our mashwara. Don't put him part of this. He's extreme. How is it extreme? To say something which is not part of our deen. And not just part of our deen, because people then say, oh, but this is not part of the deen. This is not part of the deen. I'm saying something you bring in nikah. And nikah min sunnati. وقال عليه الصلاة والسلام ومن رغب عن سنتي فليس مني. Nikah is not a joke. Nikah is part of our deen. Nikah is a sunnah of Rasulullah. Don't make the nikah a joke. Don't make nikah a place where you crack jokes and, yes? Not linguistically, I mean, making a mockery out of nikah. You get married, you get married. You don't add all these types of things inside it. Anyway, we talk about that another time. Otherwise, there will be definitely a debate after. Number three, Shaytaan will make you, if he can't make you do bid'ah, this person is a bit tough, he's strong, he's not about that. Then what would he do? He would make you do, be busy yourself in things which are permissible. You busy yourself in things which are permissible. So for example, things which are permissible, but within those permissibilities, there is a double-edged sword. There may be something which is halal still. But at the moment it's halal. For example, Snapchat. At the moment, fil hal it's jais, no one says halal. Until you start doing madness on it, obviously. You start having the girls in it. You start talking to this guy and this girl and this. oh, she's nice. Oh, you might as well send something to her. Yeah? Follow this person, follow this person, looking at nude things, looking at wrong things, then it becomes haram. But anyway, first he will make you dwell into things which are permissible, which are halal. So those things which are halal, you make you do those things. And you busy yourself in that. You might think, what's with that? Not halal and things which are even in the middle. It's not halal, it's not haram. Because you think it's alright. And all he needs to do is just give you a little push and you go to haram. After that, if he is stable on that, then you make it do minor sins. Minor sins. So you think it's all minor, it's makruh. It's only makruh, it's not haram. It's only karahiyah inside. Look, Mufti Sahib said, it's just makruh, but you should try to abstain from it. It's makruh. To wear certain things in salah is makruh. You should try to avoid wearing certain things in salah, it's makruh. And many other things, for example, it's makruh. It's minor. It's not shirk. Like, whoa, shirk is a big thing. It's minor. Then the person is doing minor and he's stable on minor sins. Now he jumps to what? Major sins. As mentioned by the ulama, major sins is made up of small pebbles. Now he does major sins. This is where shirk comes in between. This is where Raqooq al-Walidain, disrespecting parents, missing salah, missing zakah, missing your fasting for Ramadan, alcohol, drugs, fornication, adultery, etc., etc. And last but not least, which is obviously connected to shirk as well, but I meant after doing all of this, he wants you to fall into kufr. Leave the following. He says that he puts wahab and waswas, don't do these things. Honestly, my intention was not to go through this. I wanted to speak about one thing and try to end it there. And what is that? One of these Shaytaan has traps, bait, like they say. Yeah? Fisherman's bait. You know fisherman's bait? What's fisherman's bait? Yeah? The food for the fish, right? He stretches it into the ocean. It's the bait for the fisherman. The moment you reach something, oh look, we got something. Fish comes out, mashallah. Takes it home, puts it in the frying pan. Mashallah, he's got some nice fish for him to eat. See the fisherman's bait. Shaytaan also has his bait. Just like the fisherman takes the fish home and he wants to fry that in the frying pan, Shaytaan also has his bait. And he wants to take us and put us in the frying pan of Jahannam. One of these baits is what? Ghafla. This is what I wanted to mention today. This is the main thing I wanted to mention. Because we know loads of traps. Everyone knows traps of Shaytaan. You even have traps for a businessman. Shaytaan knows how to play even with a businessman. He plays about with us. Because he wants us to do wrong things, haram things. Even in marriage, roles of responsibility, Shaytaan knows this. Shaytaan knows all the ways, but when it comes to this point I want to make today, is very, very powerful. If not, the most powerful bait that Shaytaan has. To do shirk isn't a bait, it's not a trap. It's not really a trap, these are sins which he makes us fall into. I'm saying traps. I mentioned these were traps already. They weren't really traps, they were just sins, wrongdoings. The trap which I want you to mention today, everything comes under that. Everything comes under that. You name anything, everything will come under this bait. This is what we have to teach our children. And I'm pleading towards all the parents who are sitting here to teach this to their children. And I will swear by Allah, illa masha'Allah, the children will be on them. This is a challenge, but this is something which is not taught at a young age. Those who are sitting here, we should thank Allah that we are in the masjid. But if our parents did not teach us this, it's something they could have and something which could have helped us. And that is, this is mentioned in the Quran, ghafla. Have you heard of ghafla? It's also an Urdu word. It's an Urdu word and it's an Arabic word. Ghafla. Allah mentions, وَلَا تَكُونُوا بِالْغَافِلِينَ. Ghafla, loose translation, is given as what? Negligence. But negligence is not the best of it. Nowhere near, not even 0.2%. Because another word for negligence is what? Carelessness. That's not what ghafla means. Ghafla means Listen very carefully. When Allah says, وَلَا تَكُنْ مِنَ الْغَافِلِينَ, don't be from those individuals who have this quality of ghafla. What it means is a person momentarily or until he gets back on, which I'm going to mention, he forgets the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He forgets about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Momentarily. Think about it. And this is based on the hadith of Rasulullah mentioned in the hadith of Imam Bukhari. Prophet said that the shaytan, he sits on the chest of man. Shaytan sits on the chest of man. And he's poking when he's about to poke. Or he pokes. The moment that individual forgets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oblivious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of His commands, what's going to happen in this world, what is his roles, his responsibilities with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Quran, Sunnah, when it comes to the hereafter, Day of Judgment, the grave, good deeds, bad deeds. The moment he even for a second, momentarily, what happens? Shaytan then jumps on him. Wallahi, is impermissible. It is haram for shaytan to attack us when we are doing the adhkar of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is haram for shaytan. When we do the dhikr of Allah, that's in any form. When we are praying salah, and Mawlana Yunus Patel rahimahullah mentioned a very nice point. He said people mention dhikr in different ways. The main meaning of dhikr is remembering Allah's command at that moment in life. So for example, it's time for salah, the dhikr of that time would be to come to the masjid. It's the month of Ramadan, you have to fast. So the dhikr in the month of Ramadan would be what? Fast in the month of Ramadan. Similarly, Qiyamul Layl in the month of Ramadan. To give zakat annually, 2.5% of your assets. At that moment, the dhikr at that moment will be to obey the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at that particular time. And he works around that his entire life. And ghafla is the opposite of this. A person forgets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the meaning of ghafla. A person forgets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the norm of the youngsters. Not the youngsters sitting here. Youngsters have forgotten Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When they're in the universities, when they're in the colleges, what do? Not momentarily, for a long time. For hours upon hours, they'll forget Allah. They will be in the midst of individuals who are smoking weed, injecting themselves, taking and doing silly things, intimate relations, disobeying parents, coming back late, away from their home, away from their parents. Parents are saying, "Come home." Dad, who are you, man? I was with my boys, I was in the masjid, I was doing things. Who are you to tell me? Rebels, like they say, rebels. Disobeying their parents. Not even momentarily. A prolonged negligence, carelessness, which is the words I want to use, but at the same time, ghafla. Not remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah's mentioned this in the Quran. يَعْلَمُونَ, He's mentioned those individuals who behave like this. يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرٌ مِنَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ غَافِلُونَ. وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ هُمْ غَافِلُونَ. He says, they only know the worldly life. Ask yourself a question, are you in this category? I'm asking myself. I'm responsible for myself, and you are responsible for yourselves. I'm not superior because I'm sitting on this chair, don't wait. I'm asking myself this question, are we in this? And brothers, you don't have a choice right now, you have to ask yourself this question. يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرٌ مِنَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Are you in this category? Allah is saying it's not me. Allah is saying the only thing they know, is the worldly affairs. They know about the dunya, they know about the cars, they know about the houses, they know about businesses, they know about money. But when it comes to the akhirah, وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ غَافِلُونَ. They are in the state of ghafla when it comes to the hereafter. Ask yourself, are you in this? Are you in this category? Allah says in Surah Al-Anbiya, اقترب للناس حسابهم وهم في غفلة معرضون. Same word معرضون Allah is saying. They are in the state of ghafla even though that the Qiyamah has come so close, the hisab, about time, very close, the hisab will be taking place, meaning they're going to die. They're going to die. You and I in this room, everyone's going to pass away. There's no one in this room that will not pass away. I was reading this thing on YouTube, watching this silly, ridiculous video of this woman who thinks that she can freeze herself in this world. Wallah, if you don't believe me, go on YouTube and find this. Something to do, I didn't understand the full terminology, but it's something to do, they will freeze their life and she will stay here forever. What kind of dunya is she living? All of us will have to pass away. Until today, this is something the scientists have not come. There's no solution to this. Allah promised this. كل نفس ذائقة الموت. He did not say كل إنسان ذائقة الموت وذائق الموت. كل نفس. Every soul has to taste death. Every single soul has to taste death. He's saying the hisab is close because we have to pass away one day. It's not very long. And he's saying that it's so close that these people are in the state of ghafla. In the state of ghafla. You have to ask this your question. You have to ask this question to yourselves. I'm in this state of ghafla. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the opposite of this ghafla. وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ فِي نَفْسِكَ تَضَرُّعًا وَخِيفًا. Remember your Lord inwardly in your heart. تَضَرُّعًا وَخِيفًا. Humility. Be humble. Don't say, like I mentioned, don't think that you're doing this because of Allah, that you're doing this on your own accord, according to your own accord. Allah made you do that. Allah gave you tawfiq to do that. That's why you're praying salah, that's why you're a Muslim. And wakhifa. Yes? Reverence. Have something inside yourself, all inside you when it comes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَدُونَ الْجَهْلِ مِنَ الْقَوْلِ بِالْغُدُوِّ وَالْآصَالِ. Both morning, with a moderate tone of voice, morning and evening. And then Allah says, وَلَا تَكُنْ مِنَ الْغَافِلِينَ. And don't be from amongst those individuals who are known as the ghafilun. Those who are heedless. Those people who are aware of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in many, many other verses Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned this. This is one of Shaytan's biggest plots. Once Shaytan has done this, think about it. It's very simple. You don't need to be able to figure this out. If a person is in the state of ghafla, can't remember. Shaytan will be then doing the waswas. That's why Rasulullah mentioned the hadith, recite what surah? To disperse of the shaytan. What surah is that? Surah? Ayatul Kursi, what else? What surah? Surah Nas. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ مَلِكِ النَّاسِ إِلَهِ النَّاسِ مِنْ شَرِّ الْوَسْوَاسِ الْخَنَّاسِ. You're saying to Allah, Ya Allah, I am seeking your help. A'udhu basically means you're seeking help. Ya Allah, I'm asking you to help me basically. I'm asking you to help me from what? The first thing, min sharri waswas al-khannas. Min sharri waswas al-khannas. One of the names of Shaytan is what? Shaytan has many names. One of the names is what? Al-Khannas. Al-Khannas is one of the names of Shaytan. One of the attributes of Shaytan. So those boys who have this attribute, they're also called this Al-Khannas. You know what that is? Those boys who make people do wrong and they run away. Instigate certain things and then they run away. Have you seen this before? That's what the meaning of Khans is. Al-Khannas basically means when you whisper, when you try to advise someone, encourage someone, motivate someone, after you have it in that plot, you maybe, or he's just about to do it, what do? You retreat, you run away. That's what Al-Khannas means. You retreat. Scary. So a person, so Shaytan's name is Al-Khannas, one of the names. He whispers and he whispers and whispers and whispers and whispers and whispers, and then he retreats. That's one of the dangers, but you can't go to Shaytan. We can't go to Shaytan and say to Shaytan, yeah, it was you. You done this. Muslims, you could do this. A Muslim who made you have drugs, a Muslim who made you fornicate, a Muslim who made you miss salah, or any other bad deed, yes, he will be reckoned for as well, for sure. He had a play. That's why Habil and Qabil, when it comes to Qabil, you know, heard of Habil and Qabil? Qabil, the sons of Adam alayhi salam, Qabil will have a fair share when it comes to the sins of all human beings. who have done qatl, who have done murder. He has a fair share because he was the first one to commit this murder, to kill Habib, his brother. So anyway, I was saying, the Sharul Waswas al-Khannas, you're asking Allah to protect you from the shar, the evil, and waswas, the whispers of al-Khannas. Al-Khannas means a person or a being who whispers and then retreats. Min al-jinnati, so Allah is categorically saying it's not just from the Shaytaan. Jinn is Shaytaan and one nas. Meaning both can be al-Khannas. This is the proof. Min al-jinnati one nas. Jinnah is obviously the jinn and al-nas is people. Meaning the one who will whisper, the one who will whisper and then retreat, he can also be part of the human beings. Any human being who comes to you and whispers to you, do this haram. Are you praying salah for, bruh? You're growing a beard. What's going on? You look scruffy, you look messy. You're wearing a thawb. Try to grow the beard of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. You're praying, you're fasting. What are you doing? And then he just goes away, he runs away. You're part of this min al-jinnati wan nas. You're asking Allah protect me from this type of individual, these type of individuals. Anyway, these were a few things I want you to mention with regards to health. Yeah? We have to try our best. It's difficult, it's very difficult, especially the time that we live in, having these types of phones, especially. When we have, and especially for the teenagers, the youngsters, they want to be on Snapchat. Tomorrow I have a bayan in Masjid Uba in Stanford Hill, just about social media. Believe me, because I've done that so many times, I would advise you to come to that bayan. We live in a time where the only way we are happy is if we show to the other people what we are doing. Either we show to other people what we are doing, or we look at other people's things. So those people who have Snapchat and TikTok and all these, whoever has it by the way, I forgot, I hope you don't. It makes you sad. You could say whatever you want. So I don't want to be in this area anyway. You won't see me after today after a long time. It's a sad thing, honestly. It makes you sad. Think about it. Are you that bored that you've got nothing better to do? Allah says, enjoy your life, but you know what? Let me look at other person's life. Whoa, he's having a roti. Whoa, he's having dessert today. Oh, that makes you sad, man. That makes me worry. That's why I always tell my students, and I've told them, you know what? They actually run away from this. I'm not getting this. This is the way I explain. I don't say haram and don't leave the haram for now. It makes you sad. Now, at least you have no friends. I see you boys together. Look, these are your boys and your lads. You don't need Snapchat. Or let me put my food up. Wow, I'm having biryani today. Or today I'm having dal chawal. I'm having curry khichdi today. Or today I'm having a burger. You put it. I don't know how it works. Honestly, I've never had Snapchat. Allah. Never had Snapchat. But honestly, come to me and tell me if this is not sad. Or explain. These youngsters who are sitting in a very smiling, getting gas here, come and speak to me and tell me how. Explain to me how it's not sad. Yeah? I want to preach it not now because this is going to prolong the conversation. We have to finish that anyway in a few moments. Come and just explain to me. Have it understood. I will be sitting over there somewhere. Explain to me the concept of Snapchat. First explain the concept. Don't speak about if it's sad or not. Tell me the concept. So either you're looking at other people's things, or he's in Turkey. Whoa, he's in Turkey. Let me look at his pictures. Bro, are you sad? Honestly, it makes me think. Bro, that is a sad thing to do. Like you're like one of those, when I was in school, we call them saddos, like, they were like bods. That's what we used to call them. What do you call them? Those people in school, like they have no friends. What do you call them? Geeks, nerds, weirdos. Only that's what we used to call them, but now it's flipped. Those who have Snapchat and more followers, you're like the boy, bro. You're the real deal. That is so sad, honestly. Just think about it for a moment. Don't give your boys and think. Go home and think about it for a moment. Alhamdulillah, I've done this speech in Bolton. Wallahi, one youngster came to me and he said, look, he showed me his followers and they were quite, it was quite a big number. He said, he deleted in front of me. Because he understood the concept of it. Wallahi, I'm sitting in the house of Allah. I'm really happy. At least one person, thing. He acted upon this. So these boys who are sitting here, these young boys, if you don't have Snapchat, believe we don't have it. I can easily get Snapchat on my phone. I can easily get these platforms. social media platforms. It makes you sad. Have real friends. Who's your friend? My friend's name is Abdullah. Who's your friend? Furqan. Who's your friend? Saqib. Who's your friend? Talha. Who's your friend? Abdullah, Abdul Rahman, Abdul Rahim, Musa, Isa, Yahya. Who's your friend? Snapchat. My 500 friends that I have on Snapchat. And what do? They poke me. And what else do they do? Oh, they like my snaps. I mean, what happens? I mean, on Facebook you poke. What's on Snapchat? Like. What is it? It's not like. There's no such thing as like. So what do? They just look at the stuff. Bro, that's nazar, man. They put nazar on you. And then that's why you guys are getting ill, you're getting sick. Prophet mentioned the hadith of Bukhari, you see not some stuff that black magic, all this, majority of these things are all made up anyway. What this thing is? Some of them. It's not even called black magic, by the way. Kala Jada. Or Kala Jada. What are you talking about? No such thing. It's just magic. There's no Kala Jada. There's no black magic. It's just magic. And Prophet will have magic upon him as well. I'm saying, Nadar is real, is haqq. Is that the hadith of Bukhari and Nadar haqq, simple language hadith. Nadar is haqq, is truth. You are just given an opportunity, you're given a clear-cut opportunity for someone to put Nadar on you. Put Nadar on you, like they say now, terminology, Nadar. Why are you going to, if you're enjoying yourself, if you're enjoying your life, look, you went to Turkey, you went to Dubai, you went to Qatar, you went to America, Canada, you went to Malaysia, you enjoy yourself. What are you broadcasting this for? Just trying to catch the eyes of those individuals who are not happy. You really think everyone's happy in the community? If they were, then alhamdulillah. If you live in an area where everyone's billionaires, no problem. But we don't do. We have people who are broke like a joke. We have people who don't have money. December's coming soon, and have you heard about all these energy prices? Bills are going up to £5,000. Everyone's trying to save their money, buy electricity products and whatnot. Everyone's worried. We live in a community where people are suffering from depression, suffering from anxiety, sadness. They're low in their stature. All you're doing is giving them an opportunity to look bad upon you or look down upon you. And put nazar on you. And put nazar on your children. Like I mentioned in one of my videos as well. I mentioned people put their children. Just the side point. Let's maybe remember now. People put their children on social media. Like, what are you doing? Let me put a picture of my son on thing. I made it clear to my brothers and sisters. If you want to put your children up on social media, barakallahu feekum, no problem. Don't you put my son on your social media platforms, not on your status or WhatsApp status. My son, let me do what I want with him. So this is your choice, by the way. I'm not coming here to make a choice, but I'm going to finish that 1 minute, just a few minutes, inshallah, and wrap up. Don't put your children on social media. Why? Because they put nazar on you. Sometimes the boy is very cute, when all children are cute. You're going to put nazar on a child. And women who are listening, a humble request. Don't put children on social media. Especially at a time now. Before, back in the days, 20, 30 years ago, they used to take pictures, they'll print it, which is also haram anyway. And children have it in a little portfolio, no problem. It's not like that anymore. Now you put a picture up, millions, if not billions of people see it. They put a picture in a video, of a cute boy doing something really cute. That video will be downloaded, it will be sent to millions, if not millions of people. Everyone's watching that. Or let me put my son who's reading Quran. Why would you want to do that for? You don't need to put your son on social media and show everyone you're reading nice Quran. When he grows up, he can do that. And give him the right to do that. Give him the choice. Okay, you're 16 now. Now you have your choice to broadcast your Quran and your lectures or whatever you want to do. This is just something which I want to mention. And all of this is all traps of the Shaytaan. Once this happens, Shaytaan puts you in other things. Anyway, half of these things I promise I did not even plan this. Yeah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives tawfiq. Say ameen, please. Allah gives tawfiq to act upon what has been said. Many things, this last point, because then it wouldn't be fair if I don't mention this. I was going to read it right now, but I'm not going to read the full thing. This one thing. They say, how can we avoid it and protect ourselves from ghafla? Many things which are written here. Number one, tawbah. Tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes? And number two, dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number three, which is having a good companion. Three things. Number one is what? There's many things here you can focus on. Number one is tawbah. Repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what are you going to repent for? The negligence. Repent from that. Number 2, what did I say? Dhikr of Allah. Adhkar. Do the morning adhkar. Recite Surah Yasin in the morning, as Rasulullah said. Tabarakalladhi at night time. And all the other adhkar which Rasulullah taught us. And number 3, very important, good companion. Good friendship. Don't be with those bogus people. They look all colourful, they all look nice and they look all good, mashallah. They think they look good. You think they look good, sorry. But even there. Smoking, chilling, relaxing, not praying the salah, gangs, fighting, having this ego within them. Just right now, we're walking for Quran, this guy's having some argument, man. We have reached, man. What's going on? Just the other day, I received this message. Wallahi, Allah. Received this message about Muslims. We're not even speaking about non-Muslims, we're speaking about Muslims. How has the Shaytaan, poisoned our entire body, poisoned our blood, poisoned our family, our thinking, poisoned our iman, poisoned us being Muslims. Our thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A message has come to me. They want to kill someone who is in that home. They've come balagha as Muslims. They want to kill one of the people at that home. They're outside the house, in a car, waiting to come out, covered their face, want to kill. These are the things that we're living in. Why? Because we have companions like this. This is what I'm trying to say. When you have friends, bogus friends like this, friends who have no clue what they do, they confuse themselves and they're confusing other people. Don't be with these type of people. And your children, you make them have friends who are totally against it, or totally opposite of this. Make them have friends from now. Those friends who pray salah, those friends who are good, they don't swear, they also have good families. Make your children be from those families. Chill out and relax with those families, those friends. When they go out, make sure you know where your children are going, who their friends are, who they're chilling with, relaxing with, who they are talking to. Companionship is very important. Just finishing with the hadith. الرجل على الدين خليله فلينظر أحدكم من يخالف. Prophet said a person is on the path of his friends, so he should be aware and mindful of the person who he befriends. Everything I said which was correct is from the Quran and Sunnah. Everything which is incorrect is from the Shaytaan. If I said anything to offend you, please forgive me. You forgive me? Someone's like, bro, I got Snapchat, I want to forgive you. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallah bihamdihi, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.
Inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward him for his coming. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept him. When these scholars come and when these programs take place, it's vital that we take full benefit. And mashallah, just like you say, we've had the numbers here. Now it's our job and it's our zimmadaari and responsibility that we spread this message. And so it's our responsibility that we spread this onto those who are not here today. MashaAllah, schools are opening up. September is knocking on our door. And to be protected from the Shaytaan and to hold on to it, you become very, very hard. But like the advice is given by our Shaykh, we take this into consideration. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to act for us. Inshallah, food will be served now, inshallah, before Salatul Isha will go to go upstairs. Inshallah, food will be served now, inshallah. Subhanallah.